Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Let there be peace, peace, peace. I'm reading a few words of Ramesh Balsekar from the book Confusion No More. He says, "The sage responds when his name is called, but knows that which responds in all cases is the primal consciousness that is all there is. He is quite happy to be forgotten and ignored by the world. He truly appreciates the privilege of being anonymous." Personal freedom and anonymity becomes primary for the sage. But what is a sage? Sage is only a concept. Sage refers to a mind body organism where an understanding has happened. And the understanding is simply this, that there is no individual ego, and all there is the primal consciousness. So when his or her name is called, the sage responds, fully knowing that it is the primal consciousness that is calling and the same consciousness that is responding. He further says, the sage lives his life, witnessing life as it happens through the various separate entities, with the constant awareness that the past and the future are abstractions, and that this moment is the only reality. Thus, the sage lives his life to the full, accepting all experiences from moment to moment, unrestrained by the thinking mind, like piling fresh fruit in the basket without a bottom. So, sage does not live with the sense of separate existence. Sage does not live identified as a separate entity. Sage does not live with the thinking mind, which Ramesh calls as the ego mind. The thinking mind is one which is concerned with the outcome. When I do this piece of work, what will others think of me? How will others judge me? What will the world think of me? In the sage, that mind is not there. All the sage has is a working mind, which is very different from the thinking mind. The working mind is only concerned with the steps that needs to be taken to finish a particular piece of work. The sage is seen to be helping anyone in any way he can in the moment, but people seem to be barely aware of his existence. He truly seems to extend virtue and kindness to the whole world without contending with anyone. The sage does not compete with another, because for sage, the separation is only in the appearances. And the deeper reality of sage's existence is that all there is consciousness that operates through all, that runs through all. And Ramesh calls it the great ocean of being. Being, which is our true nature. So sage is not concerned with getting attention. Sage is not concerned about amassing following. Sage enjoys his or her anonymity. Sage learns to live alone. He or she does not depend on the world's validation. They do not subscribe to the idea of moral or immoral, or virtue or vice, or good and evil as propagated by the society. They are not free of conditioning. Sage can have a conditioning like any other ordinary human being, but a sage is aware of the conditioning. So, an anger, jealousy, lust, greed, all of these can arise in the sage too in the moment. But the difference is that it gets witnessed and released, and it does not continue in horizontal time and gives rise to incessant craving. Whereas in a mind body organism without the understanding, these continue. The primal desires become dominant. Whereas in the sage, there is only one desire, and the desire is simply to be. Simply to be the ocean of bliss, which the scriptures call Sat Chit Ananda, being, consciousness, bliss. I will finally read the last passage where Ramesh says, "The sage lives his life outwardly in the world of good and evil, beauty and ugliness, yet without judging anyone. He is kind to the kind and the unkind alike. He is faithful to the faithful and the unfaithful alike. The sage seems to live his life being a conscious but passive witness of the miracle of the unfolding of phenomenal existence in all its divergent unicity and ordinariness."